David, you're doing your PhD in post-quantum cryptography.
That's right.
What is post-quantum cryptography and why is it important?
So, to start off, cryptography is a way of protecting your information, and it's used in every application you can imagine. Every time you log onto the internet, every time you every time you sort of interact and send information anywhere, your information has to be protected. And post-quantum cryptography is the natural extension of that. So what do we do in a world where quantum computers exist and can use their sort of superior computing power to try and find out the information that you're trying to conceal or protect? And so we know that quantum computers have certain attacks on the fundamental problems that are at the bottom of cryptography. So, for example, integer factorization is one of them. Can you divide large numbers into their prime factors? Well, that is incredibly hard for classical computers to do, and so there are cryptography schemes based on it, like RSA, and that is incredibly pervasive. But with a quantum computer, you can undo that so fast that it's practically useless. So we're preparing for a world in maybe 10, it might be 20 or even 30 years, where people do have these powerful computers.
Could you actually tell us a little bit more about the threats that quantum computers hold for blockchain and cryptocurrencies?
Okay, so one thing that people are very quick to forget about cryptocurrencies is that they rely at their core on cryptography. It's in the name. And these cryptographic primitives, which help you protect your information, which help you protect your your private keys with your Bitcoin wallets or whatever it may be, these are fundamentally important, and they rely again on many of the key primitives of cryptography in general. So, for instance, Bitcoin relies on elliptic curve cryptography. Now, again, we know that there are quantum algorithms that you can use to break elliptic curve cryptography, and so if somebody turned up with a powerful quantum computer today, they could attack your account wallet address, and they could use that to reverse engineer finding your private key, right? And if they can do that, they can access all of your money, right? And so quantum computers throw up massive threats to cryptocurrencies, and we need to start implementing post-quantum alternatives in any sort of new and far forward-looking cryptocurrencies and blockchains.
So, as someone who has a really advanced understanding of cryptography, how concerned are you about holding any serious amount of cash in cryptocurrency?
Yeah. So for all of the scaremongering and the harsh words and the doom is coming about these quantum computers and what they'll be able to do to our information, these are always sort of worst case worries, right? Now, if you look at the theory of cryptography, the theory in general is always very, very thorough, right? And there are very, very seldom problems with the underlying theory, right? So if you look at all of the hacks that have been done in history, right, and all of the the biggest and most dangerous and most costly problems that we've had with information security, it's almost never to do with the theory underpinning it, right? It's almost always to do with bad implementation, right? People put, Equifax putting admin and password as their username and password, or people not changing their passwords fast enough, or just people making really, really stupid mistakes, right? So the cryptography community is concentrating already quite a lot on updating and getting, becoming prepared for this post-quantum world. And I do believe that we will be ready for when it arrives. And when it arrives, the people that will get caught short will be the people who have failed to implement their systems properly, like the NHS recently with the WannaCry attack, because they hadn't updated their software systems. So as far as me holding my money in cryptocurrencies and being worried about quantum attacks, I would be far more concerned about the implementation and the current hacks and bugs that are present, which are costing people millions of pounds, which have nothing to do with the underlying cryptography theory behind it.